how much your parents drive you around, or you yourself drive around. If you don't have an electric car, you're using fossil fuels. I'm sure you already know they're toxic to the environment, so why keep using them? Well, right now, you don't have much of a choice, but together, we can change that. Solar, wind, nuclear, and hydrogen power are renewable alternative energy sources, and they can replace fossil fuels. Some might argue that alternative energy can't replace fossil fuels because oil alone provides 95% of the fuel demand in the United States. But with will and effort, it is possible for alternative energy to overtake fossil fuels. Also, they might say no one wants to spend money on something that might not work, but there have been studies in smaller areas that prove in time it will work. Additionally, one might argue that there isn't always wind or the sun isn't always shining, but it doesn't have to be. Thanks to new technology, we can now store the energy we collect from alternative energy sources while the conditions are right. Solar power is one of the best energy sources known to man. According to procon.org, electricity produced from photovoltaic cells does not result in air or water pollution, deplete natural resources, or endanger animal or human health. This means that we would not be negatively impacting the environment or our own lives. Doesn't that sound like something you would want? Wind power is also a good alternative energy source. According to the website, wind power is an important part of the strategy to combat global warming. Every megawatt hour produced by wind energy avoids an average of 1,220 pounds of carbon dioxide emissions. If the United States obtains 20% of its electricity from wind power by next year, it will reduce global warming emissions equivalent to taking 71 million cars off the road. Fewer emissions is always better, right? Nuclear power plants are efficient and safe for the environment. The website states nuclear power plants already play a powerful role in preventing greenhouse gases and in the electricity sector. By using nuclear energy rather than fossil fuel-based plants, electric utilities prevented 681 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions in 2006. For perspective, the volume of greenhouse gas emissions prevented at nuclear power plants is equivalent to taking 96% of all passenger cars off America's roadways. That is a huge percentage, and I hope it continues to rise. Hydrogen power can mean so much for this country and others like it. This, as with the other points I've made, is a renewable alternative energy resource. One that, in my opinion, we should use. Procon.org says that hydrogen provides a promising method to help the United States achieve energy independency, make strides in environmental stewardship, and develop a thriving economy. Hydrogen produced through renewable energy resources, most commonly with a device which uses electricity to separate water into hydrogen and oxygen, called an electrolyzer, is an emissions-free way to carry energy. Hydrogen power is a great idea. Don't you agree? Alternative energy can replace fossil fuels. Solar, wind, nuclear, and hydrogen power are only a few of the alternative energy sources out there. There is no reason why alternative energy can't take over the world. Everyone says that we're the generation that's going to change the world. So Let's live up to those expectations. Make a difference. Help yourselves and everyone you love. Help change the world.